Yeah.
I don't like when we have conversations about the degenerative side of hip hop and members of the hip hop community, which we all are, will try to scapegoat the degeneracy as gangster rap.
Yeah.
And say that the culture of hip hop is something different.
Right.
That may be true. But you know what the problem is?
What?
If that is true, why don't those who claim to identify with the progressive side of hip hop do not hold accountable those who engage in the degenerative form of hip hop?
How do you
in other words,
go ahead.
Hey, that boy put some game out. Put your cash up in the comments, man. I know how I do. This is a long video, so I can't pause it that much. But you know I'm gonna still pause it. But put your cash up in the comments. Also, if y'all want to join the $1,000 giveaway, just subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at 200_acres. And you're in the giveaway. I will be doing the giveaway October 22nd. I'm trying to do it I'm doing it every 2 months now until I make more money. I just got to make more money and then I can do it every month. You feel me? I got a lot of bills. You feel me? But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long, but I just want to ask y'all this. Like, who would argue with Dr. Umar? Like, why would you do that? You feel me? But let's get to the video, fam.
take the BET Awards. And of course, BET owned by white folks. We understand, right? But guess what? The positive and the negative are on showcase there. There's no delineation made. On all the hip hop platforms, the positive and the negative are on display. There's no delineation there. So if we want to make a delineation between what is hip hop and what is not, we got to do it more than in the conversation with Dr. Umar. Because the question I would ask people is Jay-Z hip hop?
Yes.
Most people say he is. Well, look at the content of his music. Isn't that degenerate? Is Notorious B.I.G. hip hop? Look at the content of his music.
Okay, so this is why I'm with you. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we can't call a kettle black on Monday and red on Tuesday. Either it's hip hop or it's not. And before you respond, let me give you an analysis to make it a little bit more clear. Let's take the African American Muslim community.
Yes, sir.
And Christian community, right? There's brothers who go to the masjid for Juma on Friday.
In the outside wilding. Friday, Saturday.
Wilding.
Yeah.
And when you go to the imam and say, that dude right there just took a life the other day. You let him for Friday prayer. You know what he gonna say? Then he's not living Islam. But if he's not living Islam, why the hell he in your masjid? Do you see what I'm saying? You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that shit down. And that's what's happening in hip hop. The conscious artists and those who claim that the gangster rap ain't really hip hop, why you ain't saying that to the gangster rappers? Why you ain't going to the BET Awards and saying no more nominations for negative content? If you disrespecting women, if you promoting violence, if you promoting irresponsibility, guess what? No more nominations.
Ooh, that boy preaching. Boy, get that boy a Bible. Get that man a Bible. Like, here you go, Dr. Umar. You feel me? But he's saying the absolute truth. But they not gonna do that. You know why? Because they don't care about it. That's how they make their money. They make their money off of degeneracy. They find the most degenerate people and make them famous. Perfect example. What's her name? Bad Baby. You know how Bad Baby got famous? By being a degenerate on Dr. Phil. And they saw she was so degenerate, they said, you know what? She can destroy a whole generation. Let's put some money behind her. Hawk Tour. Oh, man, she talking about spitting on. Let's put some money behind her and make her a millionaire for 3 seconds of just saying Hawk Tour. Let's get it.
For you, if that ain't hip hop, why that ain't been done yet? Show me the accountability.
I think the accountability happens on multiple levels, but I don't think hip hop holds itself accountable.
Thank you.
I agree with that. I agree with that 1,000%.
Yes, sir.
I have a video where I discuss hip hop being in desperate need of a Me Too movement.
Yes.
I talk about this.
Yes.
You know, we've come across each other and stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know, through Unc, through Charlotte.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I'm always saying that. I think my problem is that when we sit as black people or members of black people as members of the hip hop community, we can't allow outsiders, we can't allow people, and sometimes it's black people that are outsiders too. Okay. Not every black person is a participant or lives the hip hop culture. You may be a black person, but the hip hop culture you may not subscribe to, right? So just because you're black, I don't look at you for that, right? I need to know that you partake in the hip hop culture, that you subscribe to the hip hop culture, to have such not talking about you in general. I'm saying when we're looking at that, basically. So to say that, I say the degeneracy, saying that is a part of hip hop. I don't know if it is. I know it's a crime. I know that it is a byproduct of. Most times it's a byproduct of poor of being poor and growing up in poor, underprivileged communities. Like you said, you're a political scientist. I know you've seen it. All the studies show that it's not a black crime problem. That crime is is when opportunity meets underserved communities. That's why when they talk about crime in black neighborhoods, why? Because that's where the most poor people are, right? Crime happens where there are poor people, where there are not opportunities, where opportunities are far and few between, right? So
that's not rain.
Is it? Yeah, that is.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. So that's what I would say. I don't know that the degeneracy is a part of hip hop as much as it is a crime, but I wouldn't hold anybody in hip hop so accountable for talking about a life they lived or a life they grew up witnessing more than I would hold a journalist responsible for covering what's going on in Palestine or what's going on in war-torn countries.
With you on his grounds.
That's a huge disagreement. Huge. Like, it's two different scenarios. You got this one person who's glorifying this lifestyle. They're not just putting it out there like a newscaster. Newscaster just like, hey, this happened. Rappers like, no, this is what we doing. That's what they saying. They glorifying it. The violence and all of this stuff. It's crazy.
A journalist is trained to report the news as it occurred without passion or prejudice. Our hip hop artists do not report their experience without passion or prejudice. They report it with both passion and prejudice, and they glamorize and glorify it. To tell me that this is all I can rap about because this is all I've seen, when you're living in $1 million mansion and your kids go to a white school, that's a complete hypocrite.
I agree, but I would ask who still does that?
Who still does that?
Like perfect example, you brought up
Who are the top 10 hip hop artists currently rapping right now? What is the content of their music?
I would challenge that most of them are not rap. Today? Or are you talking about all time?
Right now.
Yeah, I would challenge that all 10 of them are probably not talking about anything hood because that's not the most prevalent music right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Who? Travis
all right,
Scott.
so we're talking about trap. I got this. You got Travis Scott.
What's his content?
We don't know what he's saying. But he's not talking about hood shit. He might be at most talking about like illicit drug use, but that's what he does.
But that's part of it.
That's not a good example. He's the top 10.
That's even worse. He's not talking about drilling, but he talking about using narcotics. It's still not good.
Caveat.
Deal with both.
He said
let's
both.
deal with the top 10.
So if there's top 10, that's
First off,
top 10. Those are the people that are on.
The biggest,
those are the biggest artists, and those are the people that are selling to the mass audience. I would say Travis Scott. He ain't rapping about that. Maybe Kendrick, but he has balance. Okay. Drake. We all know when he talks that gangster shit, he's cosplaying. But
yeah, but he talked the gangster shit.
He does. He has some of that.
Who else?
Who would be up there? Then
Future?
Future talked the gangster shit.
Future talks the gangster shit. Who then
21 Savage talks the gangster shit.
I wouldn't say he's top 10.
Yeah, he is.
He's got to be top 10 right now. 21 is definitely up there. One of the most influential right now, for sure.
Him top 10?
Right now, he's top 10.
And by the way, Drake, but don't ever, bro, he better not be talking about no gangster stuff. Mr. Degrassi talking gangster, bro, get out of here.
Okay, boom, he's talking that gangster shit.
J. Cole?
He's not talking that gangster shit at all.
Right, I'll give Jay a pass.
Lil Uzi? No.
But let's talk the most popular. Like we're talking Boss Man D-Lo, Sexy Red.
I don't think that most of the country knows who Boss Man D-Lo is.
Here's
Sexy Red. But I don't think most.
But you know what? Here's my rebuttal, and this is why I disagree. You can't pick and choose what you want to consider and not consider hip hop when it's all done under that umbrella and nothing publicly is being done to differentiate.
I think the umbrella is blackness,
same thing
not
with the Muslims.
hip hop.
He in my mosque praying. He on the street killing. But when you come to me and ask me to hold him accountable, oh, he's not a good Muslim. But he's in your mosque though. So you saying that ain't really hip hop, but they all at the BET Awards though. They all at the concerts. They all at the
Which
at
is
the big
which is there to
events.
celebrate the work, not
You
the
see
human.
what you're doing? But you see what you're doing?
I'm just talking about I'm talking about the atmosphere.
Yeah, but
the
you're picking and choosing, bro.
the-
When is hip hop going to put some structure to the shit? Let me give you an example.
We're in
Let me give you an
agreement.
example.
Yeah.
Just like on the CDs, you know how they used to put parental advisory explicit lyrics?
Yes,
There needs to be
they
a
still do
stamp
that.
that right. But there needs to be a stamp that says this is not hip hop. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you why hip hop doesn't hold gangster rap accountable. Because they the ones making the damn money. And nobody want to get cut out of being particularly included in on that. Why nobody rebuked the NWA? Because look what they were selling. Nobody never stepped to Big or Jay or any of the artists who was into the gangster shit. Because they sell. Nobody want to be on the wrong side of making money. Money came first. It's the same reason why hip hop was sold out to the white industry.
Immediately.
Because everybody cared about the money.
Right.
When we was selling hip hop out of our trunk and everybody was having fun, that's where it should have stayed. But niggas got thirsty for being rich and famous. And they sold it out like every other part of our culture got sold out. Music, dance, jazz. Hip hop ain't the only thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just showing
It's,
you.
it's just the most vocal
Yes.
and easy. The only challenge I have
Y'all can't be picking and choosing.
When
That
you
is
say
so
big-
disingenuous because y'all don't make no distinctions nowhere else.
when you say Big died at 24. We don't know where he would have.
I agree,
went.
but you still got to take at the material. I'm a big fan. I'm
Yeah,
not
no, I know
throwing
that.
Big out. I'm just saying,
But
our
specific-
greatest artist. There you go.
We specifically
There you
want to talk
go.
about Jay.
Our
Jay is
greatest
not
artist-
rapping about. He's not rapping about being losing 92 bricks no more. He's rapping about art and wishing he would have made
he's
better
on his way to
choices.
60 now. But
I'm
his
just saying
first
that-
4 albums was about what?
But that was his access. That's where he was. If we're going to give them the room to grow,
But here we go. We're going back to the journalist argument. They're not reporting what they went through neutrally like a journalist. They are celebrating and glorifying it. You understand? Look at all the rap beefs. They glorify and glamorize because conflict sells.
you benefit from your experience. And I'm talking about you. You benefit from your experience, everything you've studied, everything you researched.
Yeah, but I'm from the ghetto too.
I'm not.
I could do
we're
what
not.
they did.
Yeah,
I
we're
never
not.
gangbanged
No,
them, but I
I'm-
could talk about what I've seen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not even challenging that. I'm just saying you sit here today, Harold. We're all excited and we're all appreciative and cherish the
So
moment we
you're
have to
saying
sit with
they
you.
had to glamorize it.
I'm not saying they had a glimmer. I'm saying they made
Because
they
Public
made
Enemy was
something
from the hood, but Public Enemy chose to flip it.
right. But that's
And when
what
I
Chuck
look at
D
a Big
decided
Daddy
to
Kane
do.
or a Rakim, they was into the gangster shit, but they also had that other side of consciousness with them. I could deal with that because it was a balanced hip hop. The Big Daddy Kane, the KRS, it was a balanced hip hop. It's full tilt now.
I don't
It's
know if that
full
I don't
tilt.
know if that's true based on just the level of music that everyone has access to. Right? If you have access to this much music.
Defend it? I'm gonna give you the same argument I gave them about Drake not coming out telling everybody he black. Why defend it? And why not just make them accountable?
I think because like I said earlier, I think the conversation is deeper and we're going to need someone like you and other like-minded people that are going to be able to have that conversation outside of the white gaze.
I hear what you're saying.
Where because this is layered, right? The same issues we talk about just within the black community and how the mental struggles and the PTSD that you talk about, all of that, it's all prevalent
But
in
I don't
hip-hop.
think it's ever going to happen. You want to know why?
Oh, I agree with you.
Because the Jewish,
I agree.
the
And
Jewish companies,
they got to-
control the financial.
So it'll never happen. But
blueprint of hip hop.
I'm with you.
Nobody wants to be on the other side of not making money, and because of that, everybody's going to turn a blind eye.
which means the grace needs
to
to
the
come. Which
degeneracy.
means the grace needs to come within. But like I said, it is one of the. It's almost a byproduct of being black and being in support of other black people. No, I'm not saying that.
The job of an artist is not just to describe; it is to project. An artist, even an artist that's doing art to show you the ghetto, they are still supposed to project it in such a way that shows people how this ghetto can be transformed into something it's currently not. Hip hop artists don't do that. They don't say this is what we're living, but this is what we should be doing.
We're also
this
talking
is
about
what we're going through, but let's take
we're
it
also
here.
talking about
Now, just to give y'all an example, I know most of y'all know who the rapper Juice WRLD is. I never really listened to his music, but he was a talented artist. He rapped about lean and all of this stuff all the time, you know, the drug lean. He ended up overdosing on drugs. Now, I watched his documentary. How he got introduced to the drugs he was using was from Future. Future music influenced him to do drugs. And that same thing that Future music influenced him to do, guess what? Sent them to his grave. Now just look at Juice WRLD. Now, not just him, but look at all the other kids that you don't know who's not famous, who was also influenced by the same thing.
Only get a handful who do that. They're not progressive.
We're also talking about 9 times out of 10, we're also talking about kids. We're talking about young people who come straight from poverty into millions. There's that middle ground doesn't happen.
This podcast is brought to you by the Ride Sellers Wine. The only.
All right, I'm gonna end it to you. I'm gonna end the argument right there, man. That's a great debate. I'm gonna link the full video in the comment and in the description. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that video, man. Hey, Dr. Umar was eating and he putting out facts. It's complete truth. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, see you guys next video, and always remember, be safe out there, kings and queens. Let's get it.